Welcome back to another episode of the Slowburn Show. This is episode number 11, take number 2. We tried to do this podcast last week, but we had a lot of technical difficulties, sadly. But honestly, I think this pod's going to turn out better anyway because Brandon he's coming off a KO win, so we get to go and talk through the whole experience of him having his first fight, the weight cut, and everything. But first, I want to introduce our guest is Brandon Valentin. Tell him what you did over the weekend and what weight class it was and what sport you're doing.
You gotta start off with the record.
Doing record.
Oh yeah,
My record right now is 1-0.
1 KO.
First round KO
Yeah.
in kickboxing, and at 155, so lightweight.
Heck yeah. And so let's talk about, I guess, the biggest portion of it, or really I feel like the hardest part for you over the weekend was the weight cut. You had to cut over 10 pounds of water for the first time ever cutting weight. How did that feel? And did you have what were your expectations going into it as well compared to what it actually was?
I thought it was gonna be awful, like feeling like I'm dying, and like worse, like terrible pain or something. And it actually wasn't that bad. It did feel a little dizzy the closer I got to the weight. Um, closer I got to making 155 from uh that was when I started feeling dizzy, started feeling really weak.
Mm-hmm.
Like I lost all my feels like Hercules loses mojo, you know?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And then so you,
And
what's up?
I was gonna say the reality of it was just, wasn't that bad, and it just feeling a little bit, dizzy, a
Right.
little bit weak. That's about it.
And then how long did it take you for after the weight cut, like once you started rehydrating to feel like normal?
It took, I think, probably about halfway through the day of the fight, like hours before, I kind of felt like I started feeling I was fully getting my strength back.
So like the morning of the fight?
I'd probably say like the afternoon before the fight.
So like you were saying, so like 12? You fought around like 6, right?
Yeah, six p.m. or like 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yeah, probably about like closer to 6:30. Between 6 7. And I don't think like I wasn't fully hydrated until like probably like a little bit after 5. I was like fully back to being fully hydrated.
Yeah. And so you get through the
I
weight.
got a question.
Nah, go for it, Kobe.
What did it feel like to fight in front of? I didn't know that place was way oversold. So I'm gonna say like 400 people. What is it like to fight in front of 400 people?
That's pretty crazy, man. I was like, I didn't really look at anybody. I just kind of stay focused on the task at hand. I need to make sure like had my gloves signed off for the wraps, and make sure I was in place where I needed to be, and at the right time, right place, and then just staying solely focused on this guy, the guy that I was about to fight. So I didn't look at the audience at all. Didn't look at nobody's face. I didn't even really hear the cage lock. I just was waiting for them to say go so I could get to work.
Yeah, that's awesome. You were ready to go.
Yeah, the focus, hyper focus, I'd say.
So ref says go. Did you have any thought, or were you just kind of like? Did you have like I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna throw 1 2. I'm gonna throw a what jab right hand or like double jab right hand, or were you just like I'm gonna just do what I can, do what I do?
It was more like I only had one. It was I felt like an almost out of body experience. I stepped away from driving the car a bit. Kind of felt like when you're driving the car in auto. As soon as he said
Yeah.
go, I only had one thought in mind, which was get in his face and then just start hitting him. Try to hit, land more hits, and don't get hit. That was my only thought. And
So
then it's like my body just carried out the action. I didn't think about combinations. I just threw what I saw
right.
available.
So you see him go down. You see him go down hard too. He doesn't go down just a little bit. You see him go down hard. What's your thoughts then?
Really, as soon as I saw him on the cage, I felt like that was a cue. I just knew that was my cue to start teeing off, and then don't stop. And it was kind of like don't. I just had it had like one command or like one thought in my head, which was like just keep hitting him till he's done,
Yeah.
or I just keep going. And it was like I just kept doing a 1 2 or like a little. I'd probably say like a 2 3 whatever.
Mhm.
Just kept hitting him, and then all of a sudden I just see him drop, and I stopped, and then I was like, that was it. It was I didn't. It was like I think it took me like a half second to fully process that he was out.
Yeah. I mean, sitting from corner side, you hit him so fast with the right hand that I couldn't. And then I thought you hit him with an elbow. That's how fast you hit him with. I was like, I don't know. You hit him fast as hell. And then seeing him drop, and when I looked at, you can see in a person's eyes that whether or not they're gonna get back up, and you could just see like, nope, he's done. As soon as he hit the ground and looked up at the ref, I was like, hope it's over, and I hopped up and was ready to get in there and watch you get your hand raised, dude. It was freaking awesome just watching that as a teammate and as a corner.
I walked to the opposite corner because I was like, I don't know. When I was looking over at him, it just kind of looked like he was a little bit dazed, and like he's just regaining consciousness. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was
And
still
he was
woo. I
low.
think he
I
was.
didn't even feel like I hit him that hard.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you.
don't know if you remember, Austin. I don't know if you remember, but I know the audience didn't because it messed up. But when we interviewed him last week, he predicted that
He
he said he
did.
was gonna knock.
He did
He said he was
definitely
gonna
say
knock him
that.
out. He did that.
Ain't
So
that
he missed
crazy?
his Mac. He missed his team.
Yeah, I think the dude was still a little bit woozy. We get into the back, and he was still. He just kept saying over and over again, like, "You should keep doing it. You did awesome." But I think maybe that was the first time it's ever happened to him in his life that he's ever been hit fucking hard. But I think you definitely humbled him in some aspects. Maybe he thought it was going to be easy. And anytime you're in a fight and it's harder than you expected it to be, things unravel super quickly. You know what I'm saying? You tore that dude up, though.
Yeah, the training took over, man. It was just it was. I think that the time that I was away, I learned so much, and from some of the best instructors, I guess I feel like that the U.S. has to offer. And because I always sought out the best gyms wherever I was in Phoenix and in Orlando, and you know, um, and I had so much repetition doing sparring over there with some like super talented, some pretty good people that I mean, I think it was just I just kind of went in there, and it was like I've done this so many times in sparring that I didn't really have to think about it. Just kind of I was already as soon as he threw a kick, I was like ready to like block it or evade it or whatever it was. I was just I saw him throw something, I was ready for it. Didn't have to think about it really.
What do you think was the biggest thing you've learned from your training that you implemented in your fight?
Uh,
Maybe if it was like just maybe like a tactic, like of your pressure, like you using your pressure, or maybe it was like,
staying in the letting it rip. Like just like usually I kind of just stand there wait for the person to attack, but the I guess from my training I learned it's better just to be the aggressor and just to stay in their face and that's usually works better for me in sparring when I stay in their face rather than try to counter.
yeah. And you definitely,
Like maybe a counter puncher.
you
I
definitely
think it's
could.
just you stick to what you know works and what you're comfortable with, and that seems like it worked. Obviously,
You could definitely tell you took charge of where that fight was going to be taking place in that cage, if that made sense. You took lead almost immediately. If that makes sense.
it's like dancing.
Yes, exactly. You were the lead dancer for sure. So now that your first one's over with, when do you plan to try and get back in there next?
It's supposed to be a card at the end of April 28th. So think that'd be good to get in there, and I think I want to try to hit 145 this time.
Debuted at
Myself.
and then is your third fight gonna be at 170? You're gonna go 3 wins, 3 different weight classes off the bat. I'm just kidding.
Man. The promoter for Primal said that same day weigh next time, so I figured that any event that's a same day weigh would be a perfect opportunity to do 170.
Oh yeah, that would be that's a good plan.
I just looked at April 28th. Would y'all be fighting on a Friday?
Yeah, it would be a Friday.
Okay.
That's for the a Gogi fight or Gogi fight.
And we got a bunch of. What's up? You said you think it what, Brandon?
What happened?
What are you saying?
We have a bunch of guys that are supposed to be on that card from our team. Like we got Gio, which is a guy making his debut, first time kickboxing. We got Junaid making his MMA debut. Cameron's trying to get a fight at 55 for the first time, and then hopefully they get me somebody. But if you got on there too, Brandon, we would be going with a freaking pack, dude, and Phoenix would be taking over. Yeah, he's trying to make his corner debut one day. One day, that's his like dream in MMA. He's trying to be a corner. He wants a corner one day.
I just want to be an undefeated corner, man.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be in the corner this last weekend. Just kind of one reason, so I could see the fights. I didn't.
You would have been able to too, because I was gonna buy a corner pass and only Corey showed up, so it would have been you, Corey, my cousin, and yeah, that would have been it. But Brandon.
You'd be the content guy for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome.
We'll get to work on that.
So we asked you last week, but I just want to ask you again. What are your plans to go with this sport, with like kickboxing or Muay Thai? Like, what are your plans?
I think if I stay, I think Muay Thai would be interesting, but I think kickboxers make more money than Muay Thai. I think kickboxing is a bigger, I think more popular sport. Especially, I know it's really popular in Europe and Asia, but it seems like kickboxing is a good segue into the MMA. If you're like one of the top guys in kickboxing, you can definitely transition to like UFC and stuff. I think.
I agree.
And I think it'd be cool to get the glory kickboxing. And
hell yeah.
Like 145, 155, and 170 champ.
That would be dope. Triple champ.
Path?
Yeah, first fight, first round KO. Yeah, you've had less than 2 minutes of cage time. You've already had a knockout under your belt, which is awesome. Who's your favorite fighter at the time? You can say MMA and Muay or kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever. You can say one for MMA, one for Muay Thai.
Style-wise, I like Pereira a lot.
Alex.
He just his way of like deflecting and blocking, he just looks really simple. His hands are not in his way, and he looks like he's really good at defense, and then he's also good at attacking. So I kind of like his stance and stuff.
And then I guess he came from kickboxing, so you kind of like said both. If he's your favorite fighter, you can say that for both, kind of, because he's done both.
Yeah, he came from Glory. He was a two-weight. He's one of the only two Glory kickboxers that it was a two-weight champ.
That's crazy. And now he's in the UFC beating up Izzy.
Gonna knock him out in the second match. If it's anything like the Glory days, he won. I think he just won on decision on the first one, but he knocked him out in the second kickboxing match.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's only fair for him to this time actually knock him out this time.
Yep. And are you a big UFC fan? You like watching those events every week, or you kind of just like every once in a while you tune in?
Oh yeah, I like the UFC. I try to if I can. If there's I'll check out the fight nights, but I'm definitely always. It's always a good time watching the pay-per-views, and especially go down to Broadway and or like a packed bar and just like watch it with everyone else,
Right.
or maybe do like a home show. If someone wants to host like a home party, watch it with people.
Mhm. So who you got on the co-main event of that Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya? It's Jorge versus Gilbert. Who you got in that one? Early prediction.
It's hard. I think Gilbert is a better fighter, but I like both of them.
Yeah. Do you think there's
Gilbert's
some
a good
ways,
man, but
some way, somehow Jorge comes through, game bred?
I think it's very possible for Jorge to win. But I mean, Gilbert's a nasty like grappler, man. Who knows how he's gonna? If he wants to end that fight quickly, we'll see. Because I don't know if Jorge's really can defend against a grappler.
I agree. Well, do you have any more questions, Kobe?
You ever heard Butterbean? The boxer.
Yeah.
That's all I had to ask. I don't know.
Have you ever seen the clip of him on Jackass, him knocking out Johnny Knoxville?
Oh yeah. Oh, beating the shit out of him. Of
See,
course.
they used to just get CTE for fun. Like that was their sport, was who can get the most CTE. Do you want to shout anybody?
What do you plan on working on? What do you plan on working on with your kickboxing from now until the next fight? Like, what's the one thing you're gonna go to the gym and say, "Hey, I really need to work on this." You think it'd be like timing, striking, just combos, like?
Definitely keep my hands up. I need my cardio wasn't very good. I was letting my hands drop. I need way better cardio. I didn't really gas out or nothing. I wasn't even worried about gassing out. But I just while we were sparring and like kind of warming up, I just felt like I could kind of feel my cardio was like I shouldn't even just. I was kind of a little tired this sparring. I was like, this should not happen. I should be able to spar 10 rounds. If I
Could have
had
been the
not be
adrenaline.
tired at all.
Yeah, and I was also it could have been from the weight cut as well. The weight cut could have played an issue in on that when you were warming
Yeah,
up and stuff.
You don't need cardio when you knock somebody out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you really don't. And if you do it like that every
That's a
time,
good thing to work on. Cardio, yes.
I want my cardio to be like just ridiculous, and that way I can just go hard in their face for the whole 2 minutes every round, just like not even breathing hard. I just want to be able to not breathe hard, not have to breathe hard at any point in the next fight. And then another thing too is I think speed. I was like kind of watching myself. I think I'm a little too slow when it comes to like my kicks and some of my stuff. Um, I think I want to rip it faster. Just work on ripping my attacks faster.
um, I had a question in the bag. Shoot, I forget.
Come on, man. Oh, wow, that's crazy.
It was about
Professional.
I know, dude.
I know for baseball we would always use a heavier baseball, and then we drop it down to like a lighter one. I don't know if that's the same for anything fighting, but going heavier to lighter usually helps.
I remember my question. What do you do for cardio now?
I didn't do anything.
No, well maybe if you did start doing something, you would feel a difference in your conditioning.
Cardio is not only good for just fighting. I mean, heart health is very important for the future too. So hey, you get a really good cardio for fighting. You have a good cardio not for the rest of your life, for your longevity.
There's still some cardio athletes in their 60s. Hey, that works. Bedroom cardio is always the best. That's how Colby Covington gets his gas tank.
Type of Viagra every fight.
That puts stress in the heart, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't. All of the blood would go to your glizzy instead of your heart, or all into your muscles, I would guess. But anyways, do you have any shout outs to give out before we get off of here?
I guess shout out to you for helping me cut weight.
No problem, man.
Cut weight if you didn't help me.
And next time when we do 45, you're definitely gonna need somebody there. But
Oh yeah, dude, that's me.
We'll document.
yeah, next time I was gonna try it. I was gonna try and get.
Starve myself.
Don't starve yourself. We need you to
Working
eat.
on your cardio will help with the weight too.
Yeah, if you start doing just 2 mile runs 3 times a week, a lot of people are gonna tell you gotta do runs 5, 6 times a week. You're gonna hurt your fucking knees doing that. You gotta give your knees time to recover. If you got bad knees like me, at least, because if I once I run over 5.5 miles, when I start getting to the 5.5, 6 mile mark, my knees just fucking they just start giving out and tightening up. So I don't recommend. I recommend to cap out as a time like 45-minute runs, like at the most.
I mean, I used to be an endurance runner. Like I did cross country. We'd run 3.2 miles straight. You know, just for race. It's a race pretty much. I think the fastest time I had was 24 minutes. Maybe
See, and that's good. See, and that's good.
then, yeah, I used to do endurance races. So, and I also did track where we were like sprinting, like 2 laps. I think I did the 800, which was 2 laps on the track, and then 4 laps, or maybe it was 5. Was the they called it the no, I think it was maybe like 3.5 or something. It was like the 1,500 meters. So it was almost like a full mile. It's like 100 meters short of a full mile. Just running as fast as you can.
Yeah, dude, if you just got back into that, your weight would drop off like it was nothing.
Really?
I think
And
so.
diet too.
Diet. Do I like if we get a bunch of people on this card, I would like us to all start doing some team runs. We all start doing some stuff together to where we can actually be like a fucking team. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
it. I mean, then that's a good thing way to build the gym, and because you got like Khabib's gym. It's not just Khabib and his whole gym running together.
Yeah, but fuck those
People with
Russians.
MMA. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we need. Nate Diaz in his gym. There you go. But I don't really got anything else. I appreciate you coming on here, Brandon, and can't really say too much about how proud I am of like not just the weight cut or not just the fucking KO, but just everything. Like every aspect you did awesome. So good job, bro. And
You made him a 1-0 coach.
yep,
Corner man.
2-0 with Cameron, undefeated, dude. And I did, dude. I didn't even do anything. I bet I just really told. All I did was sit there and try to give tips or like give what I thought to Corey of what I thought or what I was seeing. But it was still fun.
I feel like it's not only helping him; it helps you with your fighting.
Yeah.
You're able to see it.
Yeah, watching y'all get those KOs. Watching y'all get those KOs definitely pumped me up for like wanting to get in there again. Like I was so ready, and I was supposed to fight that night. But like watching y'all, it just made me want to get back to training and train even harder and like get my own KO on the feet like y'all did because that was awesome. But I appreciate everybody that's been joining these pods too, and we'll get back to the betting side of things next week. Peace.